The Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel welcomes you to this edition of the Mayors and Supervisors Weekly Update, brought to you by...
Each week, our community makes history. Each week, you make history. And each week, there's only one source to turn to for the first take on history. You know what that is? Subscribe to the Sentinel right now to discover the history being made in your own backyard.
The Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel. More than just your news, it's your history.
Welcome, everyone, to this week's version of the Mayors and Supervisors Update. I'm Chris Carosa, publisher of the Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel, and each week we bring you the wondrous thoughts of our local mayors and supervisors. This week we're going to be starting out with Jerry in the town of Rush. Are we rushing along in Rush, Jerry?
No, actually, we go quite slow with a measured pace because Rush is the best kept secret in Western New York, and no one wants to rush through it. So we go at a slow, measured, laid-back pace. And my report this week should mirror that because I don't have much, but I will tell you that there was a quite contentious proposal to build a subdivision on the former Foster Brooks property up on Route 15A. That was defeated by a very narrow margin. People in Rush, for some reason, just don't want to have sewers come into town. They like the rural atmosphere, they like septic tanks, and I guess it's going to be left that way now for the foreseeable future. We have returned to live meetings. To say that, I must say that the town board members were live, and we're hoping that the next meeting or the one after that, we can accommodate some live residents in addition to those who will be on Zoom. And if people drive through the town of Rush, or as you're walking around in the town of Rush, take a look at the flower gardens that our generous group of volunteers have maintained, and it really looks nice. There's a little bit of color variation from last year because those who know more about flowers than I do wanted to put in some perennials. So that caused a little bit of a color change, but nonetheless, they all look beautiful. And our highway superintendent has reported that he's going to start doing road work, you know, the oil and stoning that they put on the roads to keep them from being bothered by the winter weather, although I don't think we're going to have any winter weather this year in Rush. It's going to be just sunshine and flowers and blue skies. And if you believe all that, I got a bridge to sell you, but that's the end of my report.
A bridge over the Genesee River, right?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Jerry. All right, Mike, town of Lima, what do we got going on there?
Well, Chris, Flag Day is on Monday, June 14th, which is also incidentally the Army's birthday. This year on Flag Day, the Livingston County Veterans Memorial is actually going to have its dedication. After waiting and waiting and waiting, this is it. So 11 a.m. on Flag Day, Gypsy Lane in Mount Morris. The memorial that was made by veterans for veterans will be dedicated. There'll be some local speakers, probably some food, etc. If you can't make it to that, put it on your calendar to drive down to Gypsy Lane and actually just see the memorial. It is quite something. Giant American flag on the ground with all of these massive steel poppies that were made by veterans in the red stripes. Very cool. Plans are underway here in Lima for our 4th of July celebration. The double-sized fireworks, because we didn't do any last year. along with some Civil War reenactors with their cannon, and hot dogs with the VFW and your neighbors, and what could be better. So plan to at least be in viewing distance of Mark Tubbs Park on July 4th so you can see the fireworks show. There will be a joint meeting of the town and village boards on Wednesday, June 16th, 7 p.m. on the 3rd floor of the Lima Town Hall. This meeting will start with a presentation by Livingston County Administrator Ian Coyle to sort of update and catch everyone up on what's going on with Livingston County government and how it relates to things that go on at the local level. If you are in downtown Lima, you will see that there is a patriotic quilt on display in the storefront that is owned by Tom and Kathy Reynolds next door to Copytown. This quilt was handmade by Sandy Shuzda and is being raffled off by the Lima VFW Post 26. Tickets are available at various Lima businesses or from any VFW member. Lima's Crossroads Music Festival is full steam ahead. It'll start with the parade the evening of Wednesday, July 28th. There will be a couple of fundraiser concerts on Thursday, July 29th, and then July 30th, 31st, and August 1st, free music, the bed races, the crafters and vendors. And on Sunday, we will be having a craft wine, beer, whiskey tasting, along with a barbecue competition, which is being sponsored by Johnny B's. You can sign up on the website to actually be in the barbecue competition. I think there's 5 slots left. And if you are interested in judging the competition, please get a hold of me here at the town hall, and those forms will be up on the website soon, limafest.org. That's all I've got, Chris.
All right, great, Mike. Thanks. Eileen, Scottsville. We're scooting along in Scott. This is the result of last week's speed monitoring things, where everything's got a hurry, an accelerating kind of question when we ask. So, anyways, what's going on in Scottsville, Eileen?
Other than I'm getting all this stuff on my computer. Okay, I'm ready. Things are going well in Scottsville. We're like Rush, we're not rushing along. We're taking it nice and slow. We had a board meeting this past week on June 8th, and some updates from the meeting. Those who were unable to attend, it was our first meeting that was open again to the public. So we had a public hearing at that meeting regarding Local Law 4/2021, Section 162, 13B1, Article 3, which is stopping, standing, and parking. We did this to prohibit parking on a section of Beckwith Avenue, 30 feet west of the east exit of the TJ Connor Loop. It was obstructing the view, so this should clear up that problem and making a left turn a lot easier. We heard public and board comment, and the law was passed 5-0. And now it will be sent into the state. We had a big DPW update. Lots of things going on, I guess, in the DPW. I just want to get my notes here. Summer's here, and they are going to be very busy. They've been doing a lot of mowing, string trimming around the village on all our public properties. The flower boxes on Main Street are all filled. They're filling in nicely, beautiful petunias. What else? We've installed some bird fencing on the Johnson Park Pavilion, and they pressure washed that. With the parks being closed last year, we ended up getting a lot of nesting birds up there. So we've evicted them from the condo, and things should be nicely cleaned up. They've been doing a lot of park cleanup, and they finished correcting a drainage issue on Maple Street, so that should be taken care of. like I'm sure all the other villages and towns, they have a schedule this summer to repair shoulders, to do road work, oil and stone, and also some micro paving. They're going to be doing a general flushing of sanitary sewers and catch basins. And on June 14th, this coming week, we are borrowing a street sweeper from the village of Caledonia. So thank you, Caledonia, for that help. And we'll be going through sweeping the sides of the streets, the roads, and getting that all nicely cleaned up. We have a new dump truck arriving, hopefully at the beginning of July. So we're looking forward to that. We're using some CHIPS money and other money that is already in the DPW budget for that. And it should be looking nice, and be looking for our nice new dump truck. And what we will do is we have a 1 ton that we will now sell, and the monies will be put into the general equipment reserve. So that is good. And onward and upward, as my father would say. The treasurer's report was given, and payables and prepaids all taken care of, along with any budget transfers. Taxes are being collected for the village right now. Everybody got their tax bill, and you can call at the office in the municipal building during business hours. It is open to the public on a regular basis now, and you can make your payment that way or by mailing it in. Reservations for Johnson Park, the pavilion there, have been coming in already. So get your reservations in. The weekend dates are going quickly. So I know there are graduation parties and all the summer fun that goes on in the area. So please get your reservations in. We are also looking into our IT services and getting quotes from them and our existing IT service regarding the liability that they take in their service. And our insurance company is recommending that they take that liability. So we're looking into the cost of that. We have a meeting with the Genesee Valley Penny Saver on Monday to go over our additions and corrections for the new website, which we hope to have up and running in the next couple of months. The other things that have been going on, let's see, I have a meeting with the Greenway manager and the law enforcement in the area, and the law enforcement from the park people, plus our lawyer and assorted interested individuals of Panawagas Park. We are looking to institute some rules. As I've mentioned before, we are getting a lot more traffic there in the past couple of years, and it's time that we have some guidelines set up, and we want to work out those guidelines and the coverage by the police for enforcement. Some of the things we're looking for are things like bollards on the bridge so that we don't have people driving on it. Christina Reby, the Greenway manager, will also be doing a presentation at our next board meeting, which will be July 13th. Scottsville is a Greenway trail town. And as you may be aware of, the Greenway was awarded a $6.5 million grant by the Ralph Wilson Foundation. And some of that money is being used in these trail towns. So they have some tentative plans for our park, which I think will make it, will be wonderful additions, make it very family friendly. And so if you're interested in finding out what those plans are, please join us for that board meeting. And let's see, I have a Mayor's Association meeting this Thursday. Hope to get caught up with some of the notes from the conference being held this weekend, especially on the cannabis legislation and the American Rescue Plan. So that's what we have for now, and that's all from Scottsville.
All right. Thank you, Eileen. John, town of Mendon. What do we got going on there?
Thanks, Chris. Couple of things today I wanted to mention is that summer rec, of course, is proceeding. I think I mentioned that last week, but it is proceeding. So anyone, I believe they still have openings, and there may be a late fee included, but summer rec is proceeding. So with all this nice weather and turning the calendar into June, I'm sure a few people are thinking about what's going to happen for their children this summer. Also, there is a Red Cross blood drive on Monday, June 21st at the community center. And we're certainly, supporting that by making that building available to the Red Cross as often as possible. The summer road work from the highway department is starting up. I'm sure that residents have seen them at various roads at various times. So I would ask everyone's patience when there's road work done and you're traveling. The other thing I would mention is that we do have a pending application for a subdivision that has been going on since early 2000s called Mendon Green. It has been through various changes over the last 15 plus years. And we have been meeting with the owners of the property, and they're deciding what best fits their needs. There was a lawsuit involved. It went to a judge. The town appealed it. The decision was altered by the appeals court. And one of the things I kind of piggyback on what Jerry said earlier is that one of the things that this particular subdivision includes is sewers. For those who don't know, there are no sewers in the town outside the village of Honeoye Falls. And that is a big change going forward, and something that the town board takes very seriously and will consider. But with the judge's decision, it allows them to bring sewers in from Pittsford should the owner still want to pursue this and build 54 homes. They wanted to put 95 homes in, and that was denied by the current town board. And so we'll see what happens from here.
Okay. Did you freeze, John?
Nope, I'm done.
Oh, you're done. I didn't know if you froze or if you were done. All right. Anybody else have anything to add? Oh, what's that? Oh, a sneeze. Bless you, Jerry.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. With that, thanks everyone for being part of today's show. And thank you all for listening. We're here every Sunday at 1 o'clock on your Sentinel YouTube and Facebook pages. And we hope that you continue to watch us with glee, whoever that is. All right. Thanks. We'll see you later. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Imagine yourself communicating with a difference. Pan-Dimensional Solutions helps you do this. Whether live spectator events, taped broadcasts, or real-time audience-engaging programs, you can benefit immediately from the tools Pan-Dimensional Solutions will share with you. Do you want to make a difference? Contact us at pandimensional.com.